Salut tout le monde, alors aujourd'hui on va continuer en Baphomet, on est à la Villa de Vasconcellos en Espagne, on va voir un peu ce qui s'y passe. Voilà, donc retour ici avec l'autre qui arrose sa pelouse. Comment c'était avant le jet d'eau? Ah oui, et il y avait quand même l'arc-en-ciel, hein, on le voit. Bref,
I'm no student of architecture, but the little building looked old. I wondered if it was some sort of summer house.
sympa. Je sais pas si c'est par là qu'il faut aller parce que je pense qu'il fallait parler au gars avant, mais bon, c'est pas, c'est pas grave. On va vite, de toute façon, je pense qu'on pourra pas rentrer. C'est plus tard ça. Par là, il n'y a rien. Ah,
The statue on the top of the building looked like the one in the Parisian church. He seemed to be looking out to sea. For what? I wasn't about to go clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to.
ah mince, je me suis cru dans Assassin's Creed.
The door was a handsome piece of work, in keeping with the ornateness of the rest of the building. Rats. It's locked.
Comme prévu. Bon, c'est pas grave. Ah,
Over the doorway was a statue of a hooded figure bearing a cross. It looked kind of sinister.
ok, bon, on va revenir. Voilà. Et on va parler au gars.
There was a crotchety old guy watering the lawn. If this garden was all his own work, he was more capable than he looked. Hi, is this the De Vasconcellos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcellos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the countess and myself.
Do you know what this is?
See, I have a similar tool for opening culverts on the estate.
I don't suppose this red nose means anything to you, does it?
Ah, El Flojo.
El who?
El Flojo. He is a clown on state television.
Oh, is he any good?
He is as funny as scabies, without the laughs.
Look at this tissue.
It's a tissue with some greasy muck on it.
Yes, that's right. Do you recognize this man?
No,
Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I don't smoke.
This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
Have you got any use for a fistful of plaster?
No.
What do you make of this?
So that's it. You're a salesman.
If I was hawking medical supplies, I can think of better places to hawk them. There's a funny story about how I got this ball.
I don't want to hear it.
Ah, lui aussi, il est aussi aimable qu'une porte de prison, hein.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
Yeah, that's it. The Countess has won the lottery, and I'm here to give her the check.
Marvelous. May I see it?
No. No, I have to deliver it to her in person.
The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Oh, for crying out loud, why'd you lead me on then?
To amuse myself. To make you look a fool. To make you go away.
Super sympa.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
Bon, puisqu'il a rien à me dire, on va essayer de rentrer. Je crois qu'il y a aussi... Ah, une villa.
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section. That didn't look like a good way in. A portcullis says things a no trespassing sign never can. It was then I realized I'd left home without my pocket siege engine.
Ah, le style était quand même très cool, mais pixelisé. D'ailleurs, il y a eu une mise à jour récemment, très très récemment, il y a 2 jours, je crois, qui rendait, enfin oui, qui rendait du verbe rendre son style graphique original à la version originale. Enfin, bon, je m'explique. Dans le remake, quand il est sorti, ils avaient utilisé, c'est pour le côté technique, un filtre bilinéaire, c'est-à-dire que ça floutait un peu un peu beaucoup même d'ailleurs, les décors, les graphismes. On voyait moins les pixels comme on voit là actuellement. Et il y a des gens qui se sont plaints, enfin c'est pas vraiment le terme, mais bon, qui l'ont dit quoi. Bref, donc ils ont rétabli en version originale, sans filtre bilinéaire, parce que c'est vrai qu'à l'origine c'était pixelisé, c'était pas flou. Donc là, c'est pixelisé, mais ça passe, ça passe. Bon, c'est sûr que c'est plus joli là, mais c'est agréable quand même là-bas. Je crois qu'il faut d'abord essayer de rentrer.
Hey, you.
Yeah, what is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Ouais, voilà, du coup, il faut que je coupe le sifflet, il faut que je coupe son tuyau. Je crois qu'ici, il n'y a rien d'autre de toute façon. Ouais.
The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
What? Il me semblait
I
qu'il
didn't
fallait...
like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
D'accord. Est-ce qu'il faut un objet peut-être? Ça m'étonnerait. La clé des égouts, ça m'étonnerait. Ouais. Le plâtre, ça m'étonnerait. Ça. Ah si. Ok. Oui, parce que j'ai serré le tuyau en fait. Bon, c'est un peu, voilà, c'est un peu tiré par les cheveux, mais bon.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Mais non!
See, you.
Non!
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Non, non, je vais pas du tout rentrer dans la maison, t'inquiète. T'inquiète. Allez, c'est parti.
I love suits of armor. Who doesn't? Must have been traveling pretty fast when he hit the wall. I didn't want an example of the taxidermist's art.
Oh,
The
je me
armor was
cache derrière
about my
l'armure.
size. I had a mental vision of putting it on and clanking off to see the Countess, with the gardener hanging hopelessly on the outside trying to stop me. Apart from being stupid and unworkable, it was a great plan.
Donc faut que j'aille par là du coup. Oh 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 oh
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
oh. Ah oui,
Hey,
si c'est ça.
you.
Ah.
I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Ok. Faut que je me barre de là, hein. Les chiens, ce sont un succès. Échapper à la vigilance d'un jardinier un peu trop protecteur. Je vais à gauche ou je... Oh, c'est quoi ça?
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there.
J'adore, je prends le temps de...
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
Ok, donc j'ai pas le choix en fait. Faut que je... Ah, il y a une plante. Je vais monter
There
après.
was a big aspidistra sitting on a table in the hall. I didn't want a pot plant.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they've planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Elle a une de ses têtes. Comment c'était en original? Ah oui. Ouais. Elle a l'air plus fatiguée là qu'en version originale.
Do you know what this is?
No, it looks very practical, though.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
No, dear. El Flojo.
That would be the TV clown, yeah?
Clown in all important aspects. Apart from the one about being funny.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
Where is this line of questioning going?
Nowhere helpful. Do you recognize this man?
No, I have never seen him before in my life. Who is he?
I've got a couple of names for him, but they're probably false. He's the killer.
No, his face is utterly unfamiliar.
Good. At least he hasn't been here. Yet. Would you like to shake hands?
A formal bow will suffice.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Club Alamut. Not an establishment that I am familiar with, a young man.
Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing at all.
Do you know what this is?
Desiccated gypsum.
No, it's plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is desiccated gypsum, isn't it? I could tell that I wasn't impressing her. I got this ball off a juggler in Paris.
Elle a
I
l'air
couldn't
blasée.
juggle, see? And he thought he was so superior. But, and this is the funny part, I put a red nose on and made out that I was trying to be incompetent. It brought the house down. He was so angry because I'd upstaged. Yeah, well, you had to be there.
I fear that you are probably right, Senor Stobart.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De Vasconcellos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission.
La traduction,
Senor Stobart,
c'est pas
if I
pareil.
find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
C'est marrant parce qu'en français, en fait, ils ont rajouté même une couche de dialogue,
Lopez, unlock
contexte.
the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh,
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
T'as bien raison. Tu sers à rien si tu serviras à rien dans le mausolée, je pense.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the de Vasconcellos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. I couldn't reach up there. High up in the dome were windows. I guess they might open them to make it less stuffy in there. I couldn't climb up there without breaking something. The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. I wasn't about to start heaving at sarcophagus lids with the Countess standing there. A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. It was too delicate to move. It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
Donc ça va servir, je crois.
In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle. The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. May I ask you something?
You may ask.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the de Vasconcellos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. That's a big candle. Where would you buy a thing like that from?
You could not. It is an antique, unique to my knowledge.
Just how old is it?
It dates from the Middle Ages, when the Moors controlled Spain. The candle was to be lit as a signal to the estate workers if the Moors attacked.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hold down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set! Yes! The old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now, hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Ah, Lopez,
Enfin.
you have the pieces.
See, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
Il continue, hein. Jusqu'au bout, il me fera pas confiance.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Oula. Alors, je suis pas du tout un pro des échecs. Du coup, j'espère que c'est... Roi, cavalier, fou. Ok. Ah, faut placer... Non, 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 non. Peut-être... Déjà... Ah, mais je suis obligé de placer... Je peux pas déplacer les autres. Oui, oui, oui. Ouais, je peux pas les placer autre part en fait. Ok. Ah mais alors là, c'est chaud. Déjà techniquement le rouge peut pas. Oh là là. Ah, ok.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the de Vasconcellos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
On dirait Link qui récupère un objet dans Zelda quoi. Ta-da-da-da.
So the curse of the de Vasconcellos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you
Ah, les
serious?
allusions.
She's old enough to be my grandmother. Did I show you the chalice?
Yes, you did.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Bon, j'imagine qu'il n'y aura aucune nouveauté. Ouais.
That's the tripod.
Ouais, non, il y a rien, y a rien. Allez, on se barre de là. Par contre,
Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syrie is a long way, Georges.
du coup, je vais pas en Syrie tout de suite alors. Ou alors, c'est contre elle. Je peux peut-être y aller, je sais pas. Après, un succès, récupérer un artefact ancien sur la Costa Calida. Mais du coup, j'ai pas visité il me semblait qu'on pouvait observer dans la maison de la comtesse. Là, j'ai complètement zappé ça en fait. Ah oui, c'est vrai, on peut y aller, mais ah oui, ouais, ça c'est fait. Je me demande s'il faut pas que je retourne quand même au musée ou à Montfaucon. Ah, c'est marqué Montfaucon en plus, il y a un CCDI.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
Bah
On
voyons.
duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent wine-guzzling police officer.
You've
C'est
got me
c'est
convinced.
Merci. But in
c'est
reality,
n'importe quoi.
my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Dang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, no, I am on the trail of Sewer Jacques.
Who?
Sewer Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city.
Pas mal,
He
Jacques
pops
l'égoutteur.
up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sewer Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Ah, le méta. Le discours méta.
Who is this Sewer Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur
Wow, is that the time?
and an American tourist.
What?
What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well,
C'est pas mal.
it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Ah, ils ont rajouté la plaque rue de Montfaucon aussi. Je sais pas pourquoi ils sont obsédés par le CCD. Mais bon, bref. Dans le 2, il y a aussi la même scène, enfin la même scène, le même lieu en fait, un peu différent, un peu modernisé, mais c'est marrant, ils sont revenus sur ce lieu-là. Je pense qu'il faut que j'aille. On peut pas y aller là. Ah, architecture. Je sais pas si je
An
l'avais vu ça.
architectural echo of the gallows that once used to stand here.
Non, ouais. L'escalier ne permet pas d'aller, donc il faut que j'aille par là. Comme normalement, il devrait. Enfin, la dernière fois, je pensais qu'il y avait un prêtre, mais il y avait personne. Peut-être que cette fois-ci, il y aura quelqu'un. Ou pas. C'est bizarre, j'étais persuadé qu'il y avait quelqu'un. En plus, maintenant qu'on a le calice. D'ailleurs, j'ai pas regardé.
The chalice from the mausoleum was obviously of superior workmanship, but grimy and tarnished. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
Ou alors c'était dans le Director's Cut, peut-être qu'il y avait un prêtre. Je sais plus du tout en fait. Peut-être que là, il n'y a rien à faire en fin de compte, hein. Faut que j'aille en Syrie. Bon, ça peut être que ça, hein, de toute façon. Bon, allez, c'est bon. Je vais voir Krune, vite fait. Essayer de voir si l'Obino débloque des dialogues et après je vais en Syrie. Puisque maintenant je peux y aller.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions. What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century.
You sure?
Non, bon, c'est la même chose, ok.
What
Y a
do you
rien...
make of...
Ah mince.
You...
Donc il n'y a
Thanks
rien,
for your help,
y a rien de
Andre.
plus en fait.
You're
Juste
welcome.
parler au gars et... Ah, peut-être le commissariat avant
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur?
avant de partir complètement. Bah non, ah si.
Does this old cup mean anything to you? Nothing, monsieur. Does this old... Nothing, monsieur. Thanks for your help. Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say?
Where's Sergeant Moo?
Sergeant Moo? You haven't heard?
Heard what? Has something happened
Oui,
to
c'est
him?
vrai, c'est pas lui.
Moo is dead.
What?
You're kidding.
Mais non.
No, monsieur.
That's... How? Why?
The death of a policeman never comes as a surprise, but always as a shock.
But Sergeant Moo? He was so...
I know. He was as flexible as a riot baton. Yet his heart was as warm as a freshly extracted urine sample.
Oula.
Have you had any reports concerning a suspicious clown?
Why, yes. There was a fracas only this morning. 3 arrests for public disorder.
And you say there was a clown involved?
A clown and a particularly offensive piece of sculpture with balloons. Are you in any way involved with the reprobate, monsieur?
No, not me. Do you know anything about medieval communion cups?
No, monsieur. I was a duffer at school when it came to history.
What do you make of this?
It's a juggler's bowl.
Do you know what this powder is?
It looks like plaster, monsieur.
Do you know what...
It looks...
Have you heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, monsieur.
Are you familiar with the club Alamut?
No, monsieur.
Have you any idea what this tool is used for?
Oui, monsieur. It is a dipstick.
I found this red nose near the Café de la Chandelle Verte.
A clown's nose?
That's right. The guy who wore this is a savage killer.
If you say so, monsieur.
I found this tissue.
Aye. What the hell is that?
It's evidence.
Evidence of what? Mayonnaise smuggling?
The sticky stuff is grease paint.
Ah. And that is supposed to make me happy, is it? I suggest you think long and hard about what you are doing with your life, monsieur.
Il y a de grosses différences entre,
Do you
entre les
recognize the man in this
traductions,
photograph?
enfin entre
No,
l'original et
monsieur, I
la
do not.
traduction, c'est dingue.
I have no memory for faces.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Do you want to be arrested for assaulting a policeman?
Huh?
I noticed the shake and shock buzzer concealed in your hand.
May I see Inspector Rosso?
I'm sorry, but he gave me orders not to disturb him, monsieur.
Ah non!
Do you know anything about Rosso's psychic techniques?
I cannot comment on my superior's methods. All I will say is that Inspector Rosso has an impressive record.
He's a good detective?
One of the best. He's a man of honor, with a fine sense of duty.
You wouldn't say he was... a screwball?
Not to his face, monsieur.
Ouais.
Thanks for your help,
Bon, bah, on
officer.
peut pas lui parler. Ok, allez, on va en cirer un succès. Apprenez une nouvelle surprenante et triste. Ah bah oui, c'est la mort de Mou. Mais c'est marrant, je me rappelais pas qu'il était mort. Il s'en était débarrassé. Dans le 2, on le voit pas. Dans le 2, on le voit pas. Oui, effectivement. Ouais, bon, bah. Oui, peut-être. Ok. Allez. C'est parti pour la Syrie, Marib. Petite cinématique, j'imagine. Ah bah non, même pas. La vache, la téléportation, quoi.
The rifle looked dangerous, to the user. I didn't really want to lug the rifle around with me. An old executive toy and a cheap plaster statuette. There didn't seem much helpful around here. I had neither the money nor the desire to buy any of that garbage. There were some great bargains on the shelf, providing you ran a junk museum. I hadn't come all this way to seek out curios. It was the sort of bell you see in hotel receptions. Kind of unexpected here.
Ah, il y a Dwayne à droite. Première apparition de Dwayne. Hein? Je me rappelais pas de ça. Ah ouais. Ok, bon. Le chat, voilà. Il faut que je parle au gamin.
The
après.
cat was an ugly brute who looked like he owned the joint. As I didn't see the point of going all the way over there to get scratched, I stayed where I was. The stand was being watched by a young boy, maybe 12 years old. Hey there, young fella. Speak ye you the English? Speak you the Anglais? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, si, and indeed oui, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
Eh ben, on s'est bien fait avoir. Bon.
Look at this. A lifting key as used by Parisian sewer workers.
Calais, Calais, sir. I must remember this day for posterity. My grandchildren will be fascinated. Oh, a comedian. No surprise there.
What do you make of this?
A man-sized double-ply tissue stained with Bestheimer's number
La
12 white
précision.
pancake grease paint, apparently.
Waouh.
Have you seen this man before?
No, sir, I'm glad to say. Cold eyes.
Here, shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir. At least not while you've got that shake and shock buzzer clumsily concealed in your palm.
Oh, you noticed.
Outlawed in 3 separate arms limitation conventions, those are.
What do you make of this?
Well, beyond the obvious, very little. That pattern seems very familiar, though.
Do you know the name Merlin?
I'm afraid not, old bean.
This plaster was very useful in Ireland.
Really? Your fund of travelers' tales never ceases to enthrall me.
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything. One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest. People will come from far and wide to see my
Yes?
collection. The Rockefellers and the Gettys can keep their hoards of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point.
Je crois qu'il se fout légèrement de nous.
What do you think of this?
Excellent workmanship. 12th or 13th century. I wish I had things like that for sale.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Finger,
Oula.
Noto, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
Toutes les références françaises. La vache.
That's not a
Club
very
Dorothée.
friendly cat you got there, Nijo.
No, sir. It is a very unfriendly cat.
Why do you keep it?
Oh, it's not mine. It just rests where it pleases. And today, it pleases to rest there. As Kipling would say, it is a cat that walks by itself.
Fiercely independent.
And it smells.
Is that your father lurking in the back of the stand?
He is indeed a roaring fellow. Ayub's his name.
You don't sound like you respect him very much.
Don't I? Not only do I respect him, I rather like him. For all his bluster, we get on very well.
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Ah, Templar. Huh? Templar. Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. This splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr.
Simon Templar.
Templar.
Great.
Ouais.
That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program,
Oh la
featuring
vache.
Mr. Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
The quizzical eyebrow. And a stick man with a halo. Bing!
Ok.
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an Inquisition in 1312, I suppose.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
A what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on. I know all this stuff.
Never mind. Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
So long, Nijo.
Poodle peep, sir.
Bon, bah du coup on n'a pas appris grand chose. On va peut-être essayer de parler à deux. Bon, de toute façon on va parler à tout le monde là.
The stand was hawking ancient machine parts. The stand was hawking ancient machine parts that seemed to be from a stripped-down printing press. I couldn't imagine where they'd come from, or who'd want them. It was a guess, but I figured the woman to be an American tourist. Just call me Sherlock. How did this guy make a living selling useless old machine parts in the middle of nowhere? He didn't have anything that I needed. Hello. I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I do for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay,
Ah oui,
Pearl.
Pearl, la
I
femme
was...
de
So
Dwayne.
nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
Do you know what this is?
Lord, no. It looks painful, though.
It's a sewer key.
Who'd want to break into a sewer?
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Reminds me of my late Uncle Abner.
Oh? Is he a clown?
No, he was a drunk.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Oh, it's grease paint. I thought somebody had gaudy taste in makeup.
Have you seen this man before?
No. A friend of yours?
No, not really. I liked her too much to zap her with the buzzer. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You're a phenomenon?
Don't they have secret handshakes?
Oh, George, now you're teasing.
Have you ever heard of anybody calling himself Merlin?
Merlin?
No, Merlin. Merlin. There's an O in there.
Moulin?
You haven't, have you?
No, darling. No Moulin.
I've got some plaster of Paris.
That's nice, dear.
What does this mean to you?
Gosh, is this some sort of psychological test?
No.
Oh, well in that case it's a red ball.
What do you think of this chalice?
Now that's really pretty.
What do you think of this?
Now that...
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
Me?
Oh, a gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband and I run a greetings card company in a cute little place called Akron in Ohio.
Akron? Cute? Little? Is your husband around, Pearl?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, he is. Sorry to disappoint you.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me.
Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac stand?
Oh, you've met him? His name's Nejo, you know. Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might not thank you.
I'm looking for something ancient, you know. Something to impress the folks back home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found anything.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long shot. I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
He didn't have anything that I needed. Embarrassed as I am to admit it, you can spot an American tourist a mile off. Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
Ah, c'est tongs chaussettes.
Why, sure, son. Always got time for a fellow American. The name's Henderson. Dwayne Henderson.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy, I'm not in the office. Call me Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Dwayne? My name's George Stobart. What do you make of this?
A manhole lifting key. So?
Hey, how come you recognize it?
Hey, how come you're carrying it?
Yeah, well, let's just drop the subject, shall we? Recognize this?
A clown's red nose.
What do you think of this grease paint stained tissue?
You've been hanging around with actors?
Have you seen this man before?
Maybe. Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Sure. I'm always picking up photos of complete strangers and then asking around.
Ow! Damn it!
There. I've got another picture of a complete stranger. Maybe I'll ask around about this one.
Voilà. Le mec il fait
Shake hands, Dwayne.
des enquêtes.
Why?
I'm just being friendly.
Let's just be friendly by keeping our hands to ourselves. Yeah?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Do you know the name Merlin?
Nope.
Look, I've got some plaster of Paris.
Yeah, and I've got a picture of me shaking hands with George Bush. Of course, that was back in '76.
What do you think of this?
It's a ball. Big deal.
What do you make of this chalice?
That looks old. Is it for sale?
Sorry. You're a long way from home, Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing, that's all.
Without a camera, kinda lags to come all this way and not take pictures. Mind if I take a picture of you, George?
What? Why? Ow! You could have warned me.
Encore.
You don't mind, do you, George? The folks back home will be real interested.
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland? Pearl said you're in Akron.
What was that?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud.
Pearl writes the poems for her. You ought to ask her to recite some.
How long have you been married, Dwayne?
Hell, must be 30 years now.
Do you think bulls have any significance around here?
Weird question, George. Nope, I don't think they have.
Et on sait pas tout d'un coup pourquoi il pose ces questions-là.
I saw a medieval picture of a woman, royalty or nobility, something like that. She was looking in a mirror, but the reflection was of a man with 3 faces. What do you think of that?
I think you should be in therapy.
Il a des réponses
Do you
incroyables.
mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
The Knights Templar?
Yep.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Well, you knew they were an order of knights.
What I know and what I say are 2 different things, boy. I haven't lasted as long as I have in this business without knowing that.
In this business?
Sure. The greetings card business.
Oh, please. Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Hell no. What would a knight want with a hunk of glass?
I don't know. That's the prob.
What's wrong, boy?
It's not a crystal ball. It all came together in my head. What the conspirators had mentioned losing. The strange perspective of the manuscript. It's a lens. Have you talked to Nijo?
Nijo? He's the youngster on that junk stand, right? Yeah, we've met him. He's a smart kid. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle garbage on us, though.
You're not going to find much worthwhile around here.
I know that, and you know that. But try telling Pearl. She reckons there's antiquities in them door stands.
C'est dommage que là les sous-titres soient... Enfin les sous-titres à l'ancienne,
What do you
là, quand
think
on
of
lui
it?
parle, lui,
You've been hanging around with actors?
c'est pas clair, c'est moche. C'est
What
bien
do
de
you
seul.
think of this grease paint stained tissue?
You've been...
Voilà, ok, allez hop, on abrège
Okay,
avec
well,
lui.
I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it.
The merchant was selling fruit. I decided I might have some later. The stand was selling some fruit I didn't recognize. This is what travel is all about. Roam the world and discover strange fruit.
Tant que tu rencontres pas des durians.
The guy running the stand seemed pretty happy. People always want fruit. I wasn't hungry and didn't want to buy fruit, so I didn't start a conversation. Marib looked pretty defendable with a high wall all around it. I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost. I figured going out...
Je crois que ça sert à rien d'aller là-bas, ouais, ça me ramène là. C'est pas grave. Du coup, on va faire le contraire, ça va gagner du temps. Et on va arriver au mythique vendeur de kebab. Et je crois qu'aussi il y a la corde. Ah non, corde, c'est dans le deuxième. Titi Poco, oui, c'est dans le deuxième. Oui, bah en gros, c'est l'équivalent. Titi Poco dans le deuxième, c'est l'équivalent du vendeur de kebab ici.
The stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a marketing device, it lacked something.
Je crois qu'il ne répond à
Close up,
aucune
I could
question.
see flies love kebabs.
Il répond à aucune question, il répond toujours par la
The
même chose.
stallholder's face wasn't a great ad for running a kebab stand. Hi, what's your name, sir?
Hello, hello, you buy kebab. Most good.
What do you make of this?
Buy kebab. Most good.
What do you think of this?
Buy kebab. Come to the...
Does this mean anything to you?
No, no, you buy kebab.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. You buy kebab. Yum, most good.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
C'est absolument toujours la même chose.
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. You buy kebab. Yum, most good.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah,
What do you make of this, sir?
you buy kebab.
I'd value your opinion on this.
Nah,
Ok, c'était très instructif.
Well, goodbye.
most good.
Il était comment avant? Ah, pareil. Ouais. Allez, c'est parti. Là, les vraies choses sérieuses commencent.
The carpet seller had an impressive collection of wares. If I had the time and the money, I might have bought a couple of rugs. Unfortunately, I had neither the time nor the money to buy anything. It must have taken him all morning just to set up his stall. I had nothing to buy a carpet with, and didn't want to lug one around anyway. The carpet in the middle looked familiar somehow. It was the pattern. I'd seen that pattern somewhere recently.
Le club à la moute.
The carpet seller looked craftier than the offspring of a fox and an insurance agent.
Wow.
Hi. Hello, sir. Lovely carpet.
Voilà. Et au début,
Does this mean anything to you?
Yes, yes. Carpet, yes.
il fait comme le kebab. Sauf
What
quand,
do you think of this?
quand tu vas lui montrer
Lovely carpet.
les,
Yes.
les allumettes.
Does this mean anything to you?
Yes, yes. Carpet, yes.
What do you think of this?
Lovely carpet, yes.
Bon, on va abréger, on va aller directement aux allumettes.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah, give to me. Give to me. À la moute.
I remember thinking, is this a trap?
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate possible friend.
Huh? Do I know you, mister?
No, no, and again I say, no. But, my friend, do you not see our mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No, I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead and slipper full of shag. I, as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this is going.
I am Ultar, taxi driver and luxury guide per excellence, yes.
This I had to hear.
Where does your heart desire to go? Simply mention the name to your obedient servant and we shall fly there, swift as the eagle.
Oh, well, I don't really want to leave Marib yet, but I'm sure that if I do, you'll be the first to know.
Is good. You know where you want to go, you come to Ulta.
Thanks. See you around, Ultar.
Be having a pleasant day, full of shining experiences and happiness, my friend.
The outside of the ornate spittoon was beautiful. The inside wasn't. I hadn't felt a need to spit since I was 12. I was surprised to see alcohol on open sale in Syria. Then I realized this wasn't really open sale. And then I realized they weren't even alcoholic drinks anyway. I had neither the time nor the money to buy anything. The spittoon was nearly full. What did they sell here? Drinks or expectorants?
Peut-être des sirops contre la toux, effectivement.
Even if I'd wanted to spit, my mouth was too dry. Damn, the door's locked. I'm sorry? Did you say something?
He say you not to go in toilet. Read sign, matey.
Matey?
It lose something in translation.
I knew the door was locked. I'd need the key to get in there. The club manager's bonhomie seemed forced. Looking at the place, I could understand that. This is definitely not what they meant when they said the joint was jumping. Hi, nice club you've got here. I was wondering if you could help me. What? I mean, I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
No surprise there, alrighty. He says sorry, but he not speak English.
But he didn't say anything.
He not have tongue.
No tongue? What happened?
It was bet.
And he lost.
He won. You should see other chappie. Oh, yes.
Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point in trying to launch an in-depth conversation when I couldn't speak Arabic and he couldn't speak. Period.
Ok, bon, on va parler à Ultar.
I don't know why, but I felt like I could trust this guy. Hello again, Ultar.
Great hellos, munificent foreigner, and possible future client.
Well, you never know. Would you mind talking to me?
It's most agreeable. This is how Ultar learned such splendid English, yes? Yes.
This is a key for lifting manhole covers.
You carry some strange stuff with you, mister.
Look at this.
Is a red ball with a hole in it.
No, it's a clown's nose.
Does clown know you have his nose?
I really hope not. What does this grease paint stained tissue mean to you?
Nothing. Why? What does grease paint stained tissue mean to you?
Have you seen this man before?
Oh, most certainly. Was here only yesterday.
Here? Yesterday? My God, he's close.
Yes, he was asking a lot of questions, just like you.
What did he ask about?
He asked about American called Stoby.
Stobart?
Yes, Stobart. You know him.
The killer knew my name. What else did he ask about?
He asked about German man called Klobner.
I tried to remember the name of the man the conspiracy had lost in Syria. Was his name Klausner?
Sure, that is what Ultar said. Klausner. I told this man in the picture, Klausner wanted to go up to Bull's Head.
Hold on, he wanted to go where?
Bull's Head. Big hill, 10 miles out of town. Maybe 60.
When was that?
Oh, maybe a week ago.
Shake my hand, Ultar.
Ha ha. Remind me of thing that happened months ago. Maybe 6. Man come up to Ultar, say, shake hands, Ultar. But man have electric buzz thing in his hand. Ha ha. How we laugh. Then I broke his arms.
Ah ouais. On va pas lui faire trop de blagues alors.
Have a look at this.
Shiny.
What do you think of this plaster?
Not much there. Not enough to make tasteful garden gnome, for example.
What do you think of this ball?
Is most splendid, mister.
Have you ever seen anything like this chalice?
No.
This place is certainly hard to find.
Oh, yes, it is most exclusive. The membership can be no more than... Kind sir, what would you guess the population of the village to be?
Gee, I don't know, a couple of thousand?
Then I would estimate the membership to be no more than a couple of thousand.
What do you make of that boy in the market, Nejo?
Nejo? Ha! Ayub's boy is too big for sandals. I speak splendid English, and he laugh. He say, Ultar, you big ox, you split infinitive. I say, I split your head if you stay still long enough. Ha 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 ha! Ho 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 ho! Pretty funny, yes?
Hilarious. You should be on cable. Do you know anything about the Templars?
Of course.
Yes? What can you tell me?
Great she-bop band of the 60s.
No, that's not really...
Who put the bop in the bop, 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 bop?
Yeah, eternal questions.
Ah bah on est bien avancé avec ça.
What do you know about the kebab seller?
A most miserable man. Ultar say, cheery up, matey mate, it might never happen. And he say, shut up, Ultar.
Fancy that.
Not at all. Arto has face like the drizzle that falls on the midweek afternoon. Whatever that is.
Have you met the American couple?
Have Ultar met them? Have Ultar met them? Yes, Ultar have met them.
And?
They most ungenerous. Ultar offer to show them wonders of countryside. They say, is there anything ancient? Ultar say, yes, of course. Nature is ancient. They say, no, anything ancient made by men. And Ultar say, have you seen Taxi? Fan belt older than Ozymandias. But they gone.
What can you tell me about this Bull's Head Hill?
It's most magnificent. Lovely views. Worth visiting, yes, by indeedity.
How do I get there? No. Let me guess.
You need fine luxury guide to take you there in air-conditioned taxi.
Woe is me. Where can I find such a guide?
And Ultar is most luxurious guide for most literally some way, in any direction.
Gee willikers, lucky old me.
Are you desirous of my pleasant and luxuriant service?
All right, let's go.
First, I regret the formalities. A trip to the Bull's Head. 50 Yankee dollars, please.
$50? I don't have $50.
Oh, most unhappy event. Ultar then sorry, but he cannot take you on ride of lifetime.
Hold on, Ultar. Is there nothing I could barter with you?
Word that it was so, beloved friend. But my taxi needs gas, and its muffler needs the muffler doctor. Trading for these things is not possible. My heart weeps for the injustice, but it's box or zip, or unfortunate American.
About Bull's Head Hill.
Are you desirous of seeing this most splendid place?
Well, maybe.
A terrific bargain. Only 50 of your Yankee bucks.
50, huh? Well, I still don't have any cash on me, American or otherwise.
Oh, unfortunate, most extreme. The delights of the Bull's Head Hill then must wait, I fear.
Bon, du coup, je pense qu'on peut rien faire pour l'instant avec
See you
lui.
around, old.
Are you?
On va retourner parler à Nejo. Dwayne ou... Enfin voilà, bref, pour essayer de débloquer ça. Et je crois qu'il y a une histoire avec le kebab. On va voir.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
I met an interesting guy earlier, a cab driver.
Ah, that would have to be Uta, a barbaric sort of chap.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You know how he speaks in pidgin English? That's how he speaks in Arabic too.
What do you know about that couple?
Oh, they're American.
Is that all?
The chap's a little odd. As for the lady, it's a funny thing. But I get the impression she's a lot cleverer than she's letting on.
Who's the guy selling the kebabs?
Oh, that's Arto. A miserable blighter to be sure, sir.
He doesn't seem very happy.
He never is. Day in, day out, a face like a wet Wednesday. Whatever one of those is.
Does he speak any English?
Not cogently, no.
See you around, Nijo.
Ta-ta for now, sir.
Bon. Je suis sûr qu'il y a un truc avec le kebab, mais...
It was a kebab stand, and an ugly one at that.
Ah si, ça y est,
He's
ça y est,
still
je me
there.
rappelle.
The smell hung around like bad smells do.
Il a une... Il a... Ah, on peut pas le voir, là? Il a une brochette. Enfin, une
The
brochette. Une...
stallholder's face wasn't a...
C'est pas une brochette.
Hello again, sir.
Balayette.
Hello. Keep back.
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab.
Well,
Most.
Là, il a une balayette, mais on peut pas la sectionner. Ah. J'ai peut-être pas parlé à tout le monde comme il fallait. Faut peut-être que je retourne voir Ulta. Ou alors les toilettes.
hi, Nijo.
Il y a un truc avec les
Hello
toilettes.
again,
mais-
sir. And how may I help you this time?
Oh, it's okay.
Non, du coup, je vais aller voir. Je vais retourner voir l'autre là, Ulta. C'est un peu long, mais je pense que j'ai oublié un truc.
My Arabic, Russian, and Japanese have a lot in common. I can't read a word of any of them. The notice didn't mean anything to me. By staring hard at the notice and squinting, I discovered I couldn't understand a word of it. The club manager's "This is death." Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point in trying to launch an in-depth conversation when I couldn't speak Arabic and he couldn't speak. Period. Hello again, Ultar.
Praise be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
Could you tell me what that sign means?
It's a door stay shut until brush come back. Signed, the management.
Ah bah
Oh.
voilà la balayette.
What does that mean?
Manager buy lovely new toilet brush, leaves it by wash basin for 10 minutes. Come back, it's been stolen. Not even out of wrapper. He damn cross. Lock up toilet and say, nobody use fine pristine toilet until brush given back. We say, what we do till then, eh? He say, cross legs and use superior willpower.
And that's what you've been doing?
No, Ultar use bucket.
Bye for
Bon,
now,
c'est bon.
Ultar.
Là
Meg.
donc, je pense que j'ai débloqué le problème. Je vais retourner voir le kebab. Théoriquement, je pourrais voir la balayette et ensuite je vais retourner voir Nejo pour qu'il m'aide à débloquer la situation et récupérer la balayette. C'est tout un programme, hein. Bon, au moins l'avantage, enfin, je trouve, de ce jeu-là, c'est que t'as pas trop d'associations d'objets un peu débiles. Parce que il y a certains point and click où c'est vraiment
Hello again, sir.
ça part dans tous les sens, quoi.
Hello. Kebab? Mmm. Yes.
Et du coup, comme c'est complètement
Well,
tiré par les cheveux, bah
most good.
c'est compliqué, quoi. Là au moins c'est très limité. Je peux toujours pas voir la balayette, ça m'énerve.
It was a kebab stand.
Ok. Pas
In the
mal.
still air, the smell hung around.
Non. Bon, on va essayer de revoir Nejo. Peut-être que ça va marcher cette fois-ci.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you?
Non. Ah la vache.
Oh, it's okay. Nothing.
Alors je sais pas.
Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George.
You said that your company is based in Akron.
And Dwayne said it's in Cleveland, no doubt.
Well, yes, he did.
Dwayne was in the Marines and Vietnam, you know. Anyway, he got a medical discharge. Thing is, he gets confused. We moved away from Cleveland 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
He also gets a little paranoid. Thinks he's a spy or something.
I'm so sorry, Pearl.
Don't worry yourself, George. We live with it.
Have you met the taxi man, Ultar?
Heavens, yes. What a big man. Very muscular.
But you didn't go for a ride.
Why, George, you're absolutely the most... Oh, you mean a taxi ride? No, Dwayne wasn't interested, so it didn't happen.
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
No. No, I haven't. Is it nearby?
I'm not sure.
Sounds awful romantic. The Bull's Head Hill.
I've got...
It's been...
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Have you met Ultar?
Almost luxurious air-conditioned taxi ride, mister.
Yeah, the cabbie.
Tried to pull a bunco on us. Take us on a wild goose chase off into nowhere.
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
Can't say as I have. Where's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Bull's Head, huh? I must remember that. Sounds scenic.
Oh,
Count.
I knew the door was locked. I knew the door was locked. Hello again, Ultar.
Praise be to Allah.
About Bull's Head,
Are you desired?
well, maybe.
A terrific bargain.
50, huh? Well, I still don't have...
Oh, the delights of the bull's head.
See you around.
Fare you.
Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point in trying when I couldn't... Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point in when I...
Bon, là je tourne en rond, je sais pas comment débloquer la situation.
Hello again, sir.
Hello.
I'd value your...
Nah,
What do you make of this?
you buddy.
Well,
Most
the stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a marketing device, it lacked something. Close up, I could see flies. I wasn't hungry and didn't want to buy
Ah, mais c'est dingue, je la vois la balayette, c'est ça que je comprends pas. Je peux pas la sectionner, du coup je peux pas déclencher un dialogue.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And
Oh, it's okay. Nothing.
Bon bah je sais pas. Normalement on est censé on est censé voir l'inscription sur la porte des toilettes. Ça je l'ai fait. Je suis censé parler avec le vendeur de kebab, je l'ai fait. Et Nejo est censé m'aider à récupérer la balayette. Mais ça marche pas. Je comprends pas pourquoi. Il y a un truc que j'ai oublié de faire, mais je sais pas quoi. Il y a la statuette aussi, je crois.
The rifle looked dangerous to the user. Hi, Nijo.
hello again.
What do you think of...
If you
So long, Nijo.
poodle
He didn't have anything that I needed. The stand was hawking ancient machines. I couldn't imagine... Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello.
Nothing. I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost. Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Nah. Well, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
Bon, j'aurais essayé une dernière fois de parler à l'autre là, mais j'avoue que là je suis bloqué. Ah, attends. Ah non. Que là je suis bloqué quoi.
Muruba! Hello there!
Je peux pas. Alcali.
Does this mean
C'est
anything
pas
to
ça
you?
qu'il faut faire.
Yes, yes, carpe!
Ouais, voilà, ça sert à rien. Il nous fait le syndrome.
Ma'asala!
Il nous fait le même syndrome que le kebab. Donc je sais pas où est-ce qu'il. Enfin, qu'est-ce que j'ai pas fait? Ou alors c'est un bug, mais enfin ça me paraît bizarre. Ceci dit, la mise à jour qu'ils avaient fait, ça corrigeait quelques petits bugs, mais justement, là, c'en est peut-être un autre. Parce que là, j'ai plus d'indication. Les seules choses qui restent là, c'est les crachoirs. Y a
Even
rien,
if I'd
y a
wanted
rien
to spit,
d'autre.
my mouth was.
Ouais, voilà, y a rien.
The spittoon was nearly.
Là, je peux
I
pas
knew
ouvrir la
the door was
porte.
locked. I knew the door was locked.
J'ai aucun objet qui me permet de. La clé des égouts. Ouais, voilà. J'ai absolument rien qui me permet de. Lui, il veut pas parler.
Hello
Ultar.
again, friend. There wasn't much point in trying to launch an in-depth conversation when I couldn't speak Arabic. And
Ouais, j'ai déjà vu ça.
hello again, Ultar.
Praise be.
About Bull's Head Hill.
Are you the
Well, maybe
Eteri?
50, huh? Well, I still don't.
Oh, the delight.
Ouais, je peux rien faire là.
Bye
Donc,
for now,
je
Ultar.
sais pas.
May good fortune follow you, mister.
Il y a un truc qui manque que j'ai pas fait, ou alors c'est un bug, je sais pas. Mais là, pour l'instant, je peux rien faire. Ah, ça a sauvegardé. J'ai vu la plaque en haut là, l'espèce de tampon. Pourtant, j'ai rien fait de différent, mais bon. On va réessayer. Voilà, et sinon j'arrêterai. Hein. Parce que je peux pas avancer là, donc c'est un peu ballot quand même. Non, le kebab, y a rien. Je peux pas. On voit pas la balayette. Il me semble que normalement on voit la balayette. Et là, y a rien. Donc c'est pas normal. Enfin, il me semble. Parce que je peux pas déclencher le script balayette, quoi. Ah, elle s'est déplacée. Elle s'était jamais déplacée. Comment Attends. Perle. Ah oui, ils ont traduit Perle. Ouais, bon. Elle s'est déplacée
Hello
tout à l'heure,
again,
elle était
Pearl.
pas. Est-ce que par hasard...
Why, hello.
Non, ça change rien.
Nothing.
Bon, c'est peut-être complètement aléatoire. Ah, peut-être que je peux parler avec
He
lui.
didn't
alors,
have
du coup.
anything that I needed.
Ok. Bon, je réessaye Nejo et s'il y a rien, bah j'arrête. Hein. Je vais pas tourner en rond pendant une demi-heure. Enfin, ça fait déjà, je pense, presque une demi-heure que je tourne en rond. Donc, je vais m'arrêter et je chercherai la
Hello
solution.
again,
Je sais pas.
sir. And how...
Non, il y a rien. Bon, bah, je sais pas.
Oh, it's okay.
Je sais
Nothing.
qu'il faut récupérer la balayette, qu'il faut que Nejo il m'aide à récupérer la balayette, mais je ne sais pas comment déclencher ça et j'ai peur que ça soit bah, peut-être un bug, j'en sais rien. Balle plus. Ah, je voulais faire le chat, mais je l'ai déjà fait, mais bon. Ouais, c'est pas logique d'ailleurs. Bon,
I wasn't
bah...
sure whether I wanted anything off that shelf.
Ok. Bon, bah, du coup, je vais m'arrêter là, hein. Je vais sauvegarder et puis j'essaierai de regarder s'il y a une... s'il y a une soluce. Enfin, il y a forcément une soluce, mais je veux dire si c'est un bug ou pas, quoi. Parce que là, c'est quand même un peu embêtant. Je peux rien déclencher. Alors, soit j'ai oublié quelque chose, soit c'est un bug. Et je sais pas lequel des deux est vrai. Bon, bah du coup, je m'arrête là. Bon dimanche. Bon après-midi. Et à bientôt. Salut!